born. She was waiting. Things happened to her. She does not happen to them. 3. She remembers she was a nanny. She remembers Shaker Heights. She remembers winter. She does not remember the date.
And I don't know the time frame from when to when, but camps that were associated with koinonia out here. I came out with our youth group for a weekend. I didn't. I got in my car. I left the camp for a while. I got in my car.
From Camp Koinonia?
Yes.
I have trouble sitting there.
Yes.
Listen, Geauga County Sheriff's Office. We just want to see if we could talk to you for a couple of minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You have any idea what we want to talk to you about? Because I kind of think you might.
Well, my parents said that you were at their house.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think that's about?
It was about a baby.
Yeah. What about?
A baby that was left.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about it? We're not here to judge you, Gail.
Gail Eastwood Ritchey, mother of 3. In 1993, she left her newborn son in a black trash bag in the woods of Geauga County, Ohio. What she does not yet know, her husband is being questioned in another room. He is about to mention 1991.
We don't know what was going on at the time. We don't want to speculate either, okay? So I don't think you want us to speculate. We're not here to arrest you, okay? We are here to take your DNA, okay? And we would like for you to tell us your side of the story, because we'd like to know. As of right now, you're not under arrest. You're not going to be arrested today. But we want to know what was going on. I think after 26 years, it's time. Don't you? It's had to be weighing on you.
Should we go inside?
Well, what we'd like to do is get your DNA, okay? And then we would like for you to come back to our sheriff's office so that we can talk. You're not being arrested, okay? But we need to sit down and we need to hear your side of the story.
On the morning of March 25, 1993, 2 women delivering newspapers along Sidley Road in Thompson Township, Ohio, found a black trash bag at the edge of the woods. Inside the bag was a newborn baby boy. He had been dragged a short distance by animals. The umbilical cord had been cut. He was full term. The county named him Geauga's child. Residents who had never met him paid for his casket and his burial. A headstone went up in Thompson Township. People who delivered newspapers, ran shops, taught school, strangers stood at his funeral. For 26 years, nobody knew who he was or who had left him there. Anniversaries came and went. Reward posters went up. News crews came back. Detectives retired with the files still open. His mother lived 70 miles away. She raised 3 children. She kept her secret. The case was assigned to the Geauga County Sheriff's Office. The autopsy answered one question that mattered more than any other. The baby had drawn breaths after he was born. He was alive when he was placed in the bag, but there were no fingerprints, no witnesses, no suspect. By the late 90s, the case was cold. By the mid-2000s, the original detectives had retired. The file moved from desk to desk. Then, in 2019, a detective at the Geauga County Sheriff's Office tried something new. He took DNA recovered from the 1993 remains and uploaded it to a public genealogy site. The match came back as a distant relative, a man in Nebraska. From there, the detective built a family tree. 1,400 names. He narrowed it branch by branch until he was looking at one woman. On June 26, 2019, Geauga County detectives drove to her house. They had a warrant for her DNA. They told her she was not under arrest. They told her they only wanted to talk. Her name is Gail Eastwood Ritchey. She is 47 years old. She works as the office manager at a dance school. She has 3 children. She has known they are coming for 2 weeks. Her parents called her after the detectives took their DNA. She has had 2 weeks to think about what she would say. She agrees to go to the sheriff's office. Before the interview begins, here is what the detectives have. 1. The DNA. They built a 1,400-person family tree from a public genealogy database. The science is settled before she sits down. 2. The coroner. The autopsy from 1993 confirms the infant drew breaths. If she says stillborn, the coroner contradicts her before she finishes the sentence. 3. The husband. While she is being driven to the sheriff's office, a second team of investigators is at her workplace talking to Mark Ritchey. He has been her partner for 32 years. The detectives are about to learn what he knew and when. 4. The database. Her DNA, once collected today, will be uploaded to the National CODIS system and compared to every open homicide and infant death case in 3 counties. She walks into the interview room with none of this. She believes she is here to explain one baby. She does not yet know that her husband is in the next conversation or that the database will widen the search the moment she leaves.
Check her all.
You want to take her first?
Yeah. Listen, I'm just going to put your purse in the back.
Is there anything else we can get you, Gail?
No, water will be fine.
There's some tissues there in the box, and we'll be right back with you, okay? We're going to close the door just to give you a little privacy, all right? You okay? All right. My partner is coming in. Good. Is there anything else we can get you? Do you need to use the facilities or anything, Gail? No. You're sure you're okay? There's some tissues there for you. As we indicated, Gail, at the house, our intention is at this point not to arrest you. You're not under arrest, okay? And we would like to get your side of the story, though. We just didn't want to do it there in your house with your kids come in or anything. That's just not a good situation, obviously, with the topic at hand. But I do need to, because we brought you back here, I want to go over a couple of things. Again, at this point, you're not under arrest. Okay, you are free to leave. Okay, so I'm going to just read you your rights real quick. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you in court of law. You have the right to an attorney. We'll provide one for you free before any questioning if you desire. You can stop answering questions anytime. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Notice what words she uses to describe him. Not my son, not the baby, a baby. Watch for that word choice. It does not change for the next 2 hours. The detective's opening is not casual. He is doing something specific. He repeats one phrase 3 times in 2 minutes. We're not here to judge you. He says it before she has said anything that could be judged. He is removing every reason she might have to fight him.
And what we would like to do is, we're not here to judge you. We don't know what was going on in your life at the time. We know that there probably weren't as many options for people at the time, but with that being said, we'd like to, get your side of what happened.
She does not ask for a lawyer. She does not ask why the warrant exists. She asks if she can grab her purse. She has read her rights. She waives them. The detective asks her to tell her version of what happened in 1993. This is what she says.
So at that time, my husband and I were dating.
Mm-hmm.
We were sexually active.
Mm-hmm.
I did use contraceptives, but apparently one didn't work. I did not know I was pregnant at the time. I still had my menstrual cycles. And then my menstrual cycles ended up stopping.
Okay.
I don't know how long they were. If you need to know that, I don't know.
But at some point during the pregnancy, they stopped.
Yes, it stopped.
Do you know about when that would have been?
They don't.
In relation, was it wintertime? Or was it, is there anything you could kind of put to it that would tell you as about when those menstrual cycles stopped?
I want to say about 3 months before the baby was actually born.
Okay.
And I honestly do not remember the date or the day when the baby was born. I do know it was in winter. I was at work. I was a nanny for a family in Shaker Heights. I was waiting for them to come home from school. I hadn't been feeling well at all that day. The next thing I knew, I was giving birth to a baby in the toilet. I didn't know what to do. The kids hadn't gotten home from school yet.
Okay.
The only thing I could think of was to put the baby in a bag. I have no idea what the sex was. I never looked at it. Out to my car and placed it in the trunk. And I cleaned up the bathroom.
3 observations on what we just heard. 1. The sentences are short. The pacing is steady. She is not searching for words. She has had 2 weeks to assemble these sentences. 2. The verbs are passive. The baby was born. She was waiting. Things happened to her. She does not happen to them. 3. She remembers she was a nanny. She remembers Shaker Heights. She remembers winter. She does not remember the date.
And I don't know the time frame from when to when, but camps that were associated with koinonia out here. I came out with our youth group for a weekend. I didn't. I got in my car. I left the camp for a while. I got in my car.
From Camp Koinonia?
Yes.
I have trouble sitting there. I apologize.
Yes. I got in my car and just drove. I don't know where I ended up. And I just ended up stopping on a road. I don't know which road. And I took the bag out of the trunk. And I laid it in the woods.
About how far from the camp were you? Do you remember?
I have no idea. I really don't know. I don't. Other than driving to the camp, I really don't.
You couldn't
No.
go too far because you didn't know the road, so how would you get back, right?
I guess.
Was anybody with you in the car?
No.
No.
No, I was by myself.
About how far off the road do you remember you went? Like with the bag, like how far from the roadway you would have went? Or was there anything specific by there?
Nothing specific, no.
Nothing that stands out to you or anything?
No. I remember stopping on the road. There was a lot of snow. I do remember a lot of snow. And I walked in as far as I could, and I left the back.
Did you ever follow or read any stories or anything, in the news or seeing news clipping, stories or anything like that about anything?
I did not.
No.
I did not know the baby was found.
Okay. At what point do you know that the baby was found?
She placed her newborn in the trunk of her car and she went home. We do not need a label for this. We only need to notice that she has now said it 4 times. Watch the pronouns. Every time the detective asks about the baby, she answers about it. Watch what she remembers and what she doesn't. She remembers the snow. She remembers walking. She remembers the bag. She does not remember the road. She does not remember the direction. She does not remember how far from the camp she drove. The memory works in sensory detail. It does not work in geography. Geography would be evidence.
Was it recently? Was it a long time ago? Or
No, you were at my parents'.
so that's the first time that you had known that the baby was found?
That a baby was found.
She corrects herself in real time. She begins to say, the baby was found. She stops and says, a baby was found. 2 letters of difference. The would have been an admission. A is a stranger's child.
Because there's a couple of things, Gail, you've told us a lot, but there's a couple things that I am kind of struggling with. And some of that is to do with the baby because, a full autopsy was done. The baby was found. Obviously, that's clear. And the umbilical cord was cut. And the coroner's report can show that the baby was born alive.
Okay.
And that the baby had taken breaths.
Okay.
So that tells me that the baby was moving and there had to be some type of screaming or something that you heard or saw. I don't know if that's just something that you don't want to remember, obviously due to the circumstances.
It's possible, but I really don't remember it ever making a sound.
How about in the bag? Was it still moving around in the bag? Or had it kind of maybe drowned in the toilet? Or was it still kind of moving around in the bag? Well, I can tell you it didn't drown in the toilet because it didn't have water in its lungs.
No, I don't think it stayed in the toilet long before I put it in the bag.
So even in the bag, it's got some oxygen in there. It's breathing. It's taking some breaths. It's probably moving. It's got to be making some kind of noise.
I really don't remember it making noise. I really don't.
The coroner's report is from 1993. The pathologist found air in the infant's lungs, which means he had taken breaths. It is not interpretation. It is the autopsy. She does not push back. She does not argue with the coroner. She moves one step sideways. It's possible. I really don't remember it ever making a sound. Notice the move. Breathing and making a sound are not the same thing. She has just answered a question the detective did not ask.
So
I don't want to put, was that your intention? It would appear that way. Because in your mind, if you tell Mark, he's going to leave you. If you tell your parents, you're going to be ashamed. And if his family finds out, you don't know what they're going to say. And we're not here to judge you, Gail. But if that was your intention, then...
The detective offers her a frame. He suggests the calculation she made. He does not accuse. He hands it to her and waits. She does not accept. She does not refuse. She says, "It would appear that way."
Did you ever follow or read any stories or anything, in the news or seeing news clipping, stories or anything like that about anything?
I did not.
No.
I did not know the baby was found.
The detective tells her he cannot imagine a day she has not thought about it. She answers she did not know if the baby was found. Two different answers to two different questions. He asked about grief. She answered about exposure.
Because your husband had indicated that he was aware that you were pregnant at some point, and that you told him that you were going to a doctor, and that you had told him that you were pregnant. We have other investigators that were out with us today, and they're actually speaking with your husband right now and have been for quite some time.
The detective just played his biggest card. He told her that her husband is in another room and that her husband remembers a pregnancy she has not yet admitted to. Watch what she does. She does not deny. She does not panic. She makes a quiet linguistic move. If he knew, he never told me he knew. She has just relocated the problem to Mark. If he knew, then he is the one who said nothing for 30 years.
So you, for sure, only been pregnant 3 times in your life?
I had a miscarriage before the twins, but we were married then.
Okay. When do you think that was?
I think it was 95.
Okay. And he was obviously aware of that pregnancy or no?
Yeah.
The detective asked a closed question. Have you only been pregnant 3 times? He gave her one chance to keep the story small. She did not take it. She volunteered a 4th pregnancy, a miscarriage in 1995, on her medical record in a hospital where she could be checked. A safe pregnancy to offer. She is choosing which truths to give.
The last thing that we feel like we need to talk about with you is the fact that obviously now we had a search warrant for your DNA. All right, and we have your DNA, and that is not only going to be compared into the child, but also into the database. And there are many, unfortunately, other cases out there. And your DNA is going to be in the system. It's going to be compared to all those cases. And now is the time, if there is anything else, that you need to get it out there. You've come, clean with this, what's happened here. You've told us what's happened. If there is anything else that your DNA is going to link you to, because unfortunately there are other baby cases that happened, and those are still open. And then there's other homicide cases here in Geauga County and in Geauga County and Lake County. And now that we have your DNA, it's going to be compared to all those cases. It's going to be in that system. So if there is any other issues out there that we need to talk about, now is the time to do it. Because I'm not getting warm and fuzzy that this isn't the only time. That there may be some more times. And it's going to be compared to all those other cases, Gail. And the last thing you want to do is say that you came in here and be honest with us because, part of what happens is, truth in sentencing and showing genuine remorse and coming clean. And if there are other issues, now's the time that we need to talk about. And I truly believe that you know that there is other issues. And we're here to listen. We're not here to judge you. We're not yelling and screaming. But you know and I know this isn't the only time. That there's more times that this has happened.
Look at the structure of what he just did. He did not accuse her of anything. He told her how the database works. He let her sit with it. He let her arrive at the conclusion herself. Anything else her DNA is connected to will surface on its own, in days, whether or not she says a word. He is not asked a question. He has built a hallway with only one door at the end. 6 minutes ago, he told her this was about the 1993 case. He has now changed the room without leaving the chair. The phrase, "We're not here to judge you," the same phrase he used at her front door, has just become a key that opens a different lock. He asks the question he has spent the entire interview building toward. We let it play.
How many other times has this happened?
One other time.
One other time? And when was that? Was it before or after this child?
Before.
Before. Is that what Mark was talking about in 1991? Because he had told our investigators in 1991 that there was another pregnancy that he was aware of.
I didn't tell him
Okay.
I was pregnant.
Hmm.
So
His previous pregnancy.
probably about that time.
About the 1991 time?
How old were you at the time? Would you remember that? Would that be easier to remember?
20, 21,
Okay. What,
20.
explain that situation to us.
Tell us what happened. Is it Mark's child as well?
It is.
And tell us what happened on that situation.
She used the word 20 to answer how old she was, not "I was 20, not 20 years old, just the number. And on the second child, she does the same thing she did on the first. It did, not he, not she, not even my baby.
Don't recall what year it was.
But it would have been summer of 1991,
Yes.
and it was Brush Road, and I'm not that familiar with Euclid, so was Brush Road close to 248, where his house was?
Yes, it wasn't. It was up the road about.
If we give you a piece of paper, can you kind of draw the area where you left the baby? Let me get a piece of paper real quick.
Yeah.
Driveway for the building.
Oh, this is brush, and that's the driveway.
All right, so that's a driveway right there, and the building's here, and the other building is like right here.
Yes.
All right, was there anything over in this field at all?
No, just really tall grass. There were houses here.
There were houses kind of behind here.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything else distinguishable about the area?
No, that's what it is.
Note the symmetry. Toilet, trash bag, drove, left. The grammar of the second disposal is identical to the first. Same verbs, same nouns, same order, and the same vocabulary gap. No pronouns, no sex of the child, no question asked of what happened next. She takes the pen. She draws Brush Road. She draws the driveway. She marks the spot where she left her child in the tall grass. 28 years later, the map is still in her head.
Okay. Give us a little bit of time to find somewhere that we know is going to be able to ensure your safety, okay?
She has just told the detectives that she planned to end her life today, before she knew her husband had been interviewed, before the warrant came. She did not list grief for the children. She did not list remorse. She listed shame and embarrassment. 2 words for what she has carried for 26 years. 2 of the smaller words available. On the night of the interview, Geauga County deputies drove her to a hospital. She was held on suicide watch. She was arrested 4 days later, on July 1st, 2019, and charged with murder and aggravated murder. The 1991 confession was set aside. The judge trial ruled it inadmissible on the grounds that the jury could not be asked to consider it without prejudice. The jury would only hear about Geauga's child. At April 4, 2022, after a 6-day trial, the jury returned its verdict: guilty of murder, not guilty of aggravated murder. 7 weeks later, Judge David Andre sentenced her to 15 to life. She would be eligible for parole at 65. She appealed. The 11th District affirmed the conviction. The Ohio Supreme Court declined to hear it. The case is closed. The headstone in Thompson Township still reads only Geauga's child. If this kind of analysis is what you came for, subscribing means you'll see the next one.